not welcome in Birmingham. Don't come to Birmingham again.
Who the hell are you to decide who is welcome in Birmingham and who is not? Are you the owner of the Birmingham? Are you the landlord of the New Bingley Hall? Or if you are actually the badmash or a gangster or a mafia who thinks that like he's running the streets of the UK, I am feeling actually ashamed of calling you a Sheikh. Sheikh Asrar Rashid, or should I say the actual self-appointed gangster of Birmingham? Let me talk to you the way you deserve, because you have crossed every line of decency, morality, ethical values. So it's a time to give a shut-up call to you and to call you out on your hypocrisy, on this misconduct and on such a bullying. First of all, let me know what and who gives you the right to enter into someone's event without an invite? Because you were not invited at that Khatm Nubuwwat conference in New Bingley Hall. Then what gives you the right to disrupt a peaceful gathering just by entering there, shouting, hurling, calling bad nicknames just to create a chaos in Khatm Nubuwwat conference? Because this was an event honoring the prophethood finality where people were gathered just to start their new year with the barakah of zikr, naat, dua, and just for seeking the blessings of Allah and Rasulullah Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But you barged in like a thug, created a mess there, living by all ethical standards and civic senses, and then you were proudly and braggly saying that you are not welcome in Birmingham again. Why? Who the hell are you to decide who is welcome in Birmingham and who is not? Are you the owner of the Birmingham? Are you the landlord of the New Bingley Hall? Or if you are actually the badmash or a gangster or a mafia who thinks that like he's running the streets of the UK, I am feeling actually ashamed of calling you a sheikh, even to address you, because your action set a dangerous precedent act and opened a gateway for Islamophobia. Like if a so-called sheikh like you can disrupt a Muslim event by just bringing your hired crew, your gangsters, then what's stopping non-Muslims from bringing 20 to 25 gangsters to destroy, to enter, disrupt our holy gatherings, to disrupt our majalis and our Eid celebrations? You are actually opening the door for Islamophobes, and by making the justification just to say, for providing an opportunity of justification to say that, see, even Muslims do it to each other. Way to go, Sheikh. Curse on you. You are actually making easier for enemies of Islam to attack on Muslims in UK. Is that your idea of defending the deen? Is that your teaching? Is that your way of preaching? And after that, you are creating a propaganda after creating a mess that Pir Khatib Hussain stepped off the stage. No, not at all. Pir Khatib Hussain stepped off the stage for a few moments, not because he is afraid of you or he has fear of a coward nonsense like you, but just to minimize the effect of any big mishap or to prevent the fight, because you and your gangsters were shouting, hurling his bad nicknames, and that was, that was unbearable for someone or for the devotees of someone, and you were just creating a tension there. Khatib Hussain showed sense of respect for UK laws, for peace, for dignity, but you have zero ethical sense and zero respect for laws, no other for Khatm Nubuwwat, no decency for Naat or the Prophet's teaching. Let me know, calling someone's bad name, if it's the teaching of Islam? No, it's not a teaching of Islam. Our Holy Prophet ﷺ never taught us to mock or insult someone, even a pagan or a disbeliever, by mocking, insulting or calling bad nicknames. That is truly a way of teaching of you to call someone's bad nickname. That is not actually the teaching of Islam. And then you are calling yourself a sheikh. You should be ashamed of being called as a sheikh, because you and your hired crew gangsters actually have no sense. You are nonsense, and your crew is also nonsense, because have no sense of deen, no decency, no adab for and no respect for Khatm Nubuwwat conference, no adab for zikr, for naat and for dua. And then what did you do? You actually were not coming for a debate, by the way. All was pre-planned, and you were actually creating a propaganda on social media for a long by trying to call UKPs to boycott the Khatm Nubuwwat conference, to boycott the Pir Khatib's conference, by giving them a bossy attitude, a dictation of giving a 6-day ultimatum like you are some kingpin. You are a boss. You are a boss of Birmingham, issuing threats to the UK community. Not at all. Who the hell are you? Who gave you the authority? You are not the gatekeeper of Islam in the UK. You have no sense actually. You are actually a nonsense, because you don't know that people actually boycotted that worldly materialistic New Year's parties. People actually boycotted that dance parties, that bars, that misleading acts, just to attend this spiritual event, just to raise the slogan Tajdar Khatm Nubuwwat Zindabad, just to show the love and respect for the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And you nonsense, you wanted them to quit, to boycott the Khatm Nubuwwat conference. Actually, you want them to go back to that nonsense? Who the hell are you to dictate the Muslims where to go and where should not to go? By the way, what did you achieve from this act? Actually, in the real sense, you destroyed your own repute, your own honor. Because you are no longer a sheikh in any sense. You are just a chattering box, imposing your bookish knowledge on others, because you are lacking the true essence and reflection of that holy knowledge in your own personality. How would you come up with someone to debate on the topic of tolerance, on the topic of the tolerance of the last Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, on the message of peace, harmony, and to teach the lessons, someone of morality, and to give the lesson or message of unity of Muslim Ummah? Was that the reflection of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Was that the reflection of Holy Prophet's teaching on tolerance, patience, and mutual harmony? No, not at all. You nonsense. Who the hell are you? You are just creating a divide. You are just aiding the firqa warrior. You are just aiding sectarianism and hate amongst Muslims and sects. On the other hand, Pir Haq Khatib Hussain is actually uniting Muslim community. Even non-Muslims have been seen there. Even non-Muslims like Sikh and Hindus were gathered there just to raise the slogan of Tajdar Khatm Nubuwwat Zindabad. That was actually the moment of pride for Islam, that non-Muslims were raising the slogan of Tajdar Khatm Nubuwwat Zindabad. You nonsense have no sense of that message. You are actually airing that hated speech. You are actually hating the sectarianism, firqa warriors. You are actually making Muslims to fight with each other on the contradictory topics. So Haq Khatib Hussain is actually, in a truly sense, preaching the mutual religious harmony, the message of tolerance, and the sense of respect amongst the sects of Muslims and even non-Muslims community, without hurting anyone's sentiments and without aiding hate speech. And what did you have achieved? Haq Khatib Hussain completed the Khatm Nubuwwat conference, because after you and your goons, your gangsters were thrown hell out of that new Bingley Hall, Pir Haq Khatib Hussain continued and completed that conference, did the Amen Dua, and started the new year with the Tajdar Khatm Nubuwwat Zindabad slogan. Not only just that, he organized another Khatm Nubuwwat conference in Oldham on 1st January. He did it, he does it, and he will do it again. He will come back to Birmingham and he will organize as many conferences as he wants to do. Do whatever you want to do. You are not the boss. You are not the boss or landlord of the Birmingham. You are actually a nonsense. You are actually dividing. You are actually creating a division between Muslims. You are not a sheikh. You should be ashamed of calling being a sheikh. Shame on you. Look at yourself. You call yourself as a sheikh. You should look at your dress. When you came into Bingley Hall, you dressed like you just stepped out of a boxing ring or a shady bar. All aggressive and no adab, no respect for the Naat, no respect for the Zikr Ilahi, no respect and no shame, no haya for the Khatm Nubuwwat conference. That's not the way of a true scholar. That's not a person to be called as a sheikh. You are a nonsense. You are just a chattering box. You are just a person who wants a fame just by imposing your bookish knowledge on others, just for going viral in the UK and across the world. You are just self-announced sheikh. Tell me, you have been living in for a long time. How many Munkirin Khatm Nubuwwat artists have been converted by you to Islam? You actually dare to went to Bingley Hall just to disturb the Khatm Nubuwwat conference of a noble person, so that you may get some wawa, some praise, some viral content, because you are only lusting for fame. Why you did not go to Munkirin Khatm Nubuwwat or non-Muslims worship place to debate with them in Birmingham? Because that worship places are right at the distance of 10 minutes from the new Bingley Hall. You found it easy to disturb the social media figures Khatm Nubuwwat conference, and that man's following personality, a decent person like Haq Khatib Hussain. And for sure, you will not dare to go that Munkirin Khatm Nubuwwat's worship places to prevent them, to stop them from misguiding people on Islam. He is actually the Haq Khatib Hussain who raised the slogan of Tajdar Khatm Nubuwwat Zindabad, make Muslims community together at the New Bingley Hall, at Canada, at Sharjah, and every city of Pakistan, just to hear the slogan of Tajdar Khatm Nabuwat Zindabad. You are actually damaging the cause of Khatm Nabuwat. You should be ashamed of yourself. You think you are the real follower of the deen? Then show some ethics. You are nonsense. You are just not a sheikh. You are just a video mafia, lusting for a fame, money, for some viral content. Because all of your drama went in vain. Because that is not the teaching of Islam. That is actually the style of a street fighter. You are no more a sheikh. You are a disruptor. You are a divider. Like if you are really caring about the Muslim Ummah, then stop this thuggery. Stop requesting people or dictating people to boycott the Khatm Nabuwat conference or to boycott the Muslims event. You are not a boss to actually dictate Muslims community or the community of UK. If you have sense, then start acting with some civic sense. Otherwise, shut up and stay in your lane. The real lovers of the Prophet ﷺ don't need your shit and kind of nonsense. Tajdar Khatm Nabuwat Zindabad, Zindabad.